Well, if you believe the little blinky red light, it says we're live. Granny's virtual 2020. I'm going to be watching for some text here for a second to someone to tell me that I actually am live and that people can see me. It's a very strange sensation to not know if anyone can see you or not. Okay, Kari says we're live. Awesome. Welcome, everyone, to Virtual Grannies. Welcome to the bunker. Those of you might not have heard, we've packed up the family and moved to Laramie, Wyoming, and we're not even remotely unpacked. Kari's doing an amazing job, but there's this hilarious little space that I was able to patch together a studio for this. So I usually start off by saying something like, "We made it back again." And I wrote that down in the notes, but saying "we made it back again" seems a little strange this year. So I sort of put parentheses, sort of. But we did make it back again. The happy hour was awesome. If you didn't check out the happy hour today, jump and join us tomorrow. Remember, we're going to move everything up an hour. But it was amazing to see some faces we haven't seen in a while. And the interactions, I mean, the spirit of Grannies is alive. This isn't what anybody wanted, but we're going to make the best of it. We're going to have a heck of a time over the next couple of days. And I just really appreciate it. So we did make it back again, sort of. For those of you that have not joined us, I'm going to take some liberties. I'm going to do a little introduction. If you don't know what Grannies is about, and then I'm just going to let Hans show us what Grannies is. So the Music Summit started in 2012 in Driggs. It was started by a group kind of co-founded by Travis, Ben, Landon, Jack, Johnny, some random guy off Craigslist. And they put this together and they invited me, and I was so intimidated. And they basically said, "Come and play, and we're going to spend a week, and we're going to get out of our comfort zone with music." And I was so intimidated, but Travis basically said, "Well, I bet you'll get a lot better if you don't come." And that was enough to push me over the edge. And so I did. And that was really the catalyst for me in bringing that spirit back to Grannies. And those are the tenets: pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone musically, creating a judgment-free zone for new artists that don't get to play a lot, and really spreading the love and light and celebrating our friendships and our family and getting to come together, even in this absurdity, and celebrate all that. And that really is what Grannies is all about. Because of that love and passion, we've made it 9 years, which is mind-blowing. And if there's one downside to, or if there's an upside to this craziness, is that means next year's the 10th anniversary. And fingers sure crossed, we're going to be able to get together up at Granny's for the 10-year blowout. More information about that later in the weekend. So if you'll indulge me, let me see if I can make this work. I want to let Hans do a little introduction about what Granny's is and give a little taste for somebody that maybe is joining that hasn't seen Granny's as much in the past.
Very special place, a Granny's hideout. The old hometown looks the same as you step down from the plane. There to meet me is OC Junior. Down the road we stroll with Mary, hair of gold and lips of cherries. It's good to touch the green, green grass of Granny. Don't come out to greet me, arms reaching, smiling sweetly. It's good to touch the green, green grass of home. With old cabins still standing, the paint is cracked and bright, but there's that old oak tree, well, that I used to swing on. Down the road I stroll with Mary, hair of gold and lips of cherries. It's good to touch the green, green grass of Granny. garden in a settled padre. Arm in arm we'll walk at daybreak. We'll touch the green, green grass of granny. We'll all come out to greet me. Last time under the shade of the old oak tree. As they lay beneath the green, green grass of Granny. I love this place. Let's keep it up. Granny's there.
So I hope that was fun. I know some of you have seen that before. That was just one of the million priceless gifts that Hans gave us. A little overview. I thought that might be kind of fun if people hadn't seen what it's normally about. So thank you, Hans. This is interesting. So this year, the crowd, that's you have an active role to play in this because in case you hadn't noticed, this is a bunch of passionate, busy amateur musicians patching this together. So far in the first 7 minutes, I think we're doing okay. But we're not sound engineers. We don't have professional equipment, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So you're going to notice a lot of things this weekend. You're going to notice wild volume fluctuations. Not a whole lot I can do about that. You're going to notice different audio qualities based on the input that people have. So some of it's going to be over a cell phone. Some of it's going to be over a soundboard. The reason that's important is because we need your participation. Hopefully you're pushing this through some speakers that'll make it sound good and make the dance party fun later. But you're going to have to run some volume control. Maybe you're tweaking the ones and twos and doing some equalizing for us because we have zero control really of what gets pushed out there. So we need your help as a sound engineer. We also need your help bringing the energy. So we need costumes. We need you on. We need sharing silly stuff. I'm hoping I had to turn the Zoom off for now because it was kind of crashing out the internet for me. But I hope that the point of the Zoom is that you guys can see each other dancing along with the concert, sharing funny, costumes and all that. So the other big piece of that is for you guys to be involved. The more participation we can muster through the digital world, the funner it'll be. So that kind of goes hand in hand with realistic expectations. It's just, this is what it is. I have no doubt we're going to have some technical challenges. We've got some contingency plans in place. Hopefully if something crashes, if we go completely down, just, look at your text or we'll try to get posts out, where things are still live and whatnot. So just bear with us if we have any trouble along the way. I did want to show this. This is based specifically for Ben. Nobody can probably see this, but this was from the very first summit. Found it in my notebook. Tips from the Shed. If Ben's on, he'll anybody from that first year. It's our first little handbook from our master class. I thought that was super cool. Let's think about the schedule. So we've got artists from now until 10 p.m. Mountain. Do your own conversion. 10 p.m. Mountain, we're going to have DJ Cabo throwing down a porch party evening like he's been doing for his neighbors for the last 10, 12 weeks. It's going to be super awesome. And then tomorrow we'll do the same thing, just an hour earlier. So happy hour 4 to 5 Mountain to give us a little extra room. And then shows start at 5 all the way to 10. And then we've got Muscle Pizza to take us home tomorrow night, which will be super fun. If you haven't tuned into any of Muscle Pizza's shows the last couple months he's been doing, it's just been super fun. So really looking forward to that. And we have day sets. Excuse me. So also tomorrow from 1 o'clock till 3, we've got sort of what used to be our Thursday night, right? Open mic, emerging artists, just some fun. We've also got a very special word from our founder, one of our founder, Travis. So that tune in for that special treat. So that's 1 to 3. Jump on, enjoy some of the new emerging artists. And then from 3 to 4, we've got another DJ. Kurt's son's going to spin us into the happy hour, which will be really fun. So lots of music tomorrow starting at 1 o'clock. And then we'll do the same kind of thing into the evening, happy hour, and into the shows. Got to do my standard thank yous. Massive, massive, massive thank you to Jack. Jack was doing the streams, right when all this started, and obviously it was getting sort of sad to realize that Grannies maybe wasn't going to happen in person. And he just immediately was like, well, we're doing virtual Grannies. And I didn't know what that even meant. And he's been a massive driving force for the last couple months, putting this all together and helping me understand the technology. And so Jack just gets, not like he's usually insanely involved anyway, but this year just to the next level to make sure that this was possible. So thank you, Jack. Huge shout out to Checkered Suit, who you're going to see later tonight. He's running the merch tent. So I'm going to have some links. There's links on Facebook. There is a merch tent. You can get your shirt with the lineup. You can also get your Get Out of My Kitchen coffee mugs from with OC Senior on it. If you've ever been there, he doesn't take too kindly to people in the kitchen. A couple cool little merch items there, obviously, for fun, but also really cool. And the proceeds go to help fund future Grannies. And then even cooler, Drew, who made yet another amazing tapestry for 2020, dropped off this morning, this beauty. He's going to, if you want, there's another link. You can take your Granny shirt, any of them except for the main poster one, and he will tie-dye it for you for an additional cost. Custom tie-dye version of the Granny shirt. So how cool is that? And the also donating proceeds of that to the Granny's sort of future fund. So I will get some merch links up. They're on Facebook and other posts, and certainly reach out to Drew and Ben and myself if you have interest in that. Got to always do a shout out to my wife. It puts a lift on her to have us pull this off, and she's always an awesome sport about it, even when we're in the middle of moving and it's just absolute insanity. Not like it's not enough, it's insane enough in these walls. It's absolute insanity upstairs. So love my wife. And by the way, it's her birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, babe. Surprise. They're having the summit. So we'll do some more fun stuff for her tomorrow, but just love my wife to death. And thank you to all the artists. The artists have been awesome. I've been able to touch base with you guys, connect on sound checks and everything. And you've been putting in a ton of normal, amazing energy. It's been so awesome. That's what makes this happen. And thank you at home for joining. I know you got a lot of things to do over your weekend and lots of options. And so we're just super pumped that you chose to check out what the heck this virtual Grannies thing is. Speaking of birthdays, let's go down the list. Brooks was yesterday. Happy birthday, Brooke. Today is Kate Roth's. Happy birthday, Kate. Tomorrow is Kari's. We were trying to have this big birthday extravaganza on site, which I'm hoping we can just punch 12 months down the road and try again. So happy birthday to all the amazing ladies out there. And then we get to talk about next year. Obviously a little bit premature. I'll wait a couple days before I send out the 12-month warning. But next year is the 10th anniversary bash, and fingers crossed we'll be able to meet up and do that. It's going to be really great. I'll probably over plan, over send, over email, over evite, and I'm sorry and you're welcome, I guess, simultaneously. I'm going to probably keep it in the July dates again. That seemed to work really well for everybody. Can fight that battle later, but likely we're just going to try to punt it almost exactly to keep for the birthday weekends, which maybe the girls think is cool or not. I'm not totally sure. Usually I'm doing a shameless plug for donations on site into the coffee cans. I will put up a link later on. If you just Google GoFundMe Granny's Hideout, there is a GoFundMe. Granny's will always be free, but there is some costs. Normally, not as much this year, but I'm pre-pitching for the 10-year fund for next year. And I know some of you have already donated, and I appreciate it. If you find this weekend entertaining and think it's worth sharing a couple of your hard-earned bucks, we would sure appreciate it. And this is the part where usually the crowd interaction kicks in and you tell me what I forgot. So whatever you're yelling at the TV, I forgot to say something about somebody critical. I flubbed something undoubtedly, and normally you can save me by yelling it out, but unfortunately that's not possible today. So that's what I got. That's my intro. Welcome to Granny's 2020. It's going to be an awesome next 48 hours, how many ever hours it is. And per usual, I take the liberty for many reasons of going first. And so usually someone kind of comes and knocks me off the stage, but this year I truly get to introduce myself. So I'm going to kick things off. Let's get this virtual festival started. I am OCC. Let me change the banner and tweak a few knobs, and we'll give this thing a shot. Check, check. And somebody out there in my text chain, if you wouldn't mind just texting me again that we're still good, that would be awesome before I play to the other side of this wall to no one. Okay, my wife says we're good. That's all I need to know. Also, thank you, Reimer. Okay, so this is my set. I think set might be a little bit of a loose term. This is my, I have 3 songs for you today. It's my 3 in G, as I'm calling it. And the introductions I'll give is basically that if you were there a couple years ago, Sullivan got me into using these looping pedals. They're really cool when you want to back yourself up a little bit, so it just adds a little bit to it. But then you always forget. It's fun when you're sitting there by yourself and you can do a million takes, but when you got to do it live, it's a little bit crazier. So I've made some pre-recorded tracks. I hope it works out. We're about to find out. So if you see me staring down and at times not even playing at all, that's how you'll know what's going on. So, oh, are you coming to say hello, my love? Come here, come say hi. Got to wave, say hi to everybody. Here, can you say hi in this? There you go. All right. Okay, out you go. Come on. And come right back in after Daddy butchers his set. Thank you, Hazel. All right. So, bear with me here. See if we can make this work. Welcome to Granny's 2020, everybody. Woke up in a stupor, guess it's time to face the pooper. Sometimes I feel like Superman, sometimes I'm just recuperating. Yeah, yeah. My head is twisted in its cage, my mind feels like a 20 gauge. Hope it's just a passing stage, my heart is red, it's not beige. Days like this that learn me, turn me inside out and learn me not to tell you anything I think I know. Think I'll tell you all that I know. Tried to tell you all about it, thought you might have heard, I doubt it. Every day is a waste, I know, every day is a funeral. Mine, I'm cutting out, lost my mind, I'm Mr. Frost, collecting all the evidence, I'm off the edge, I'm on the fence. Days like this. turn me inside out and learn me not to tell you anything I think I know. Think I tell you all that I know. Wanna be alone, I wanna be a stone. I wanna sink to the bottom of the ocean, lie there with you till dawn. At the bottom of the big blue sea, just you and me. At the bottom of the big blue sea. At the bottom of the big blue sea, just you and me. At the bottom of the big blue sea. No, I'll never know nobody better than I know myself. Can't even figure out just what the heck it's all about. Sinking, swimming, wait a minute, I'm drowning, I ain't make it. Sometimes I think I'm gonna make it, sometimes I just fake it. It's days like this that burn me, turn me inside out and learn me not to tell you anything I think I know. Think I tell you all that I know. Anywhere and everywhere, made up my mind, it's getting weird. It's weird to think it might not get much better than today, I fear. Won't know true happiness, I tried so hard, I did my best wasn't good enough. Oh God, I hate this stuff. It's days like this that burn me, turn me inside out and learn me not to tell you anything I think I know. Think I tell you all that I know. Wanna be alone, I wanna be a stone. I wanna sink to the bottom of the ocean, lie there with you till dawn. At the bottom of the big blue sea, just you and me. At the bottom of the big blue sea. At the bottom of the big blue sea, just you and me. At the bottom of the big blue sea. All right, thank you. I'm sure you're just going bananas out there. I can feel the love. That's Deep Blue Sea by Bob Schneider. Always loved him because it's kind of a crazy rap type of rock and roll artist. I'm not exactly sure, but I always loved that song, and that has a mouthful of lyrics, I tell you what. So hope you like that one. That was my first of 3 in G. Jack or Reimer, someone out there, I got just an immense amount of reverb in my headphones. Jack sent me in earlier. I just want a thumbs up that it's not too much. I'll turn it down if it is. If it's fine, I'll just deal with it in the headphones, but quite a bit in my side. While you're telling me about my levels, I'll get set up for the next one. Man, keep the all goods coming. I like that. Maybe just take 1 minute and cheers to everybody out there. Raise your glasses up and Granny's 2020. My wife's telling me she's not an expert, but it sounds okay. That's going to be plenty good enough for me. I'm a big fan of reverb, but I got a little bit extra in my headphones right now. Okay. See what we're doing here. So this next one is a really cool song on acoustic guitar, and it's cool on electric too. But if you know the song, look up the acoustic version that the artist does. I always like to tease it out and figure out who it is. The acoustic's incredible. There's a lot of amazing finger work, and I started trying to work on that for this, and it quickly got above my pay grade as far as actual abilities to play that. So I'm going to do it on electric. And let me just, all right. Everyone's saying good. Jack says it's good. Okay. Later, when everybody tells me I've got too much reverb, I'm going to blame all the audience members. All right, let's give this one a go. Olivia's taken, but a look like that can be found from time to time. Oh, Olivia's taken, but a look like that can be found from time to time. I'm thinking something like Olivia is what I need to find. There's only one man in this world gets to lay with her by his side. There's only one man in this world gets to lay with her by his side. There's only one man in this world gets to lay with her by his side. I'm thinking something like Olivia could get me through the night. Now I'm not trying to steal no love away from no one man. No, I'm not trying to steal no love away from no one man. But if Olivia herself were at my door, I'd have to say I'd let her in. Oh, something like Olivia, and a girl like that can be found from time to time. Oh, something like Olivia, a girl like that can be found from time to time. Thinking something like Olivia could keep me through the night. Thank you. If you're wondering what I'm doing, 2 years ago when I tried this, I am not smart enough to know how actual pedals work, and I was just hard cutting it off. That was the feedback I got. So now I've taken up a quarter notch where I'm turning it down, but having to bend down to do that. It's one of the much more experienced artists can tell me how you fade a pedal out when you're done with the song. But that was a fun one. That's John Mayer's Something Like Olivia. Said check out the acoustic version. It's just awesome. I got one more for you, and then we're going to get rolling with the lineup for tonight. Thank you guys so much again for everyone's work and everyone tuning in. I hope this is working. I hope it's fun. It's very strange standing in a room by yourself, pretending like you're playing to a crowd. So this is awesome and weird, and we knew it would be that way. So I got one more for you. Let me do a quick change on the amp, and we will get going. All right. I have a lot of traditions when it comes to the summit as far as music, and when I play more songs, it allows me a little more flexibility in covering off some of those bases. I will do better about getting on the tradition horse of songs next year. But there is one tradition that I didn't want to let die this year, and so I'm sneaking this one in to keep that one alive. The three men's all they were, the three men out at sea. The three men came aboard my ship, and they took my true love from me. I couldn't believe she wanted to leave. She wanted to leave. Well, I've loved you so long, since you were a child. Well, I've cared for your every need, and I've tried to make you smile. And all the while, you wanted to leave. You wanted to leave. So gather the guns, and we'll blast them at sea. And she begged for me not to shoot, for my true love is here with me. I never loved thee, now I must leave. Now I must leave. Go fetch a bottle of rum, dear friends, and fill up my glass to the rim. For I'm not the man I used to be, but now I'm one of them. Thank you. So that is my tradition of Ween. You may or may not know I'm quite a big fan of this band named Ween that most people have never heard of. But I just love playing their stuff. There's always new songs to learn. I'd never played that one before, and it's just a really cool chord progression and a funny, weird tune like every other Ween song. So I hope you liked it. That was my 3 and G. I am OCC. Usually it's OCC and Friends. We're short on the Friends in the bunker tonight, but that was my set. What we're going to basically do now is I'm going to head back over to the console. I'm going to bring in our next artist, which is Chet. Oh, say hi, everybody. Hi. And we're going to get on with the show. So bear with us here for 90 seconds while I get Chet loaded in and get myself shut down, and we will get on with our next artist. Thank you so much. That was a lot of fun. I hope it was fun for you.